Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I have the refresh 2023 Kia Telluride SX Prestige. I'm going to show you around the vehicle, show you some changes, take it on drive, and give you my final verdict. Let's get into this video, shall we? And for today's video, I will actually start with remote start. Alright, lock the doors. There we go. Let's get into this video, shall we? Let's go. Looking on the outside of the 23 Kia Telluride SX Prestige, this is dressed in a midnight lake blue exterior color. As equipped, this is $53,000. This is your key fob right here. You have the new Kia badge inscripted on the back of the key fob with remote start functions, lock, unlock, as well as tailgate release and a panic button. The Telluride did get an update for the 2023 model year. You can see up front, you do get full LED lighting on this trim right there with LED turn signals. Right where the turn signals are is your daytime run lights with your low and high beams right there. I definitely like the more rugged approach to this versus the platform sharing make Hyundai Palisade. You do have LED fog lights down below with a 360 camera being the SX Prestige package. Now looking at the wheels, these are 20-inch wheels with 245 width tires, all season of course. I do like the black and silver finish, really does make it pop a little bit more. Does have a little bit of cladding around the front rear arches as well as towards the bottom. You do have keyless entry for the front door handles. The mirrors are power folding. See the 360 camera right there. You have blind spot lane keeping assist and all other various driver assistance technology. Up top you do have a moonroof, which I will show you guys in the interior, with roof racks up top. Let me show you guys the window sticker, $53,125. Feel free to pause the video. Gas tank is of course on the driver's side as well. Coming to the rear of the Telluride, you can see it does have full LED lighting in the rear for the tail lights with the brake lights and turn signals right there with halogen reverse lights down below. We have a dual exit exhaust right there on the passenger side. Let me show you guys the trunk space of the Telluride. Now opening the trunk, you will find 21 cubic feet of space behind the third row. And if you do fold down the third row seating, you'll get 46 cubic feet of space. The seats are manually adjustable, so you basically pull it down by using the tab and it'll basically release. You can of course automatically close down the tailgate, it is powered. But let me show you guys the powertrain of the Telluride. Hood. Now under the hood of the Telluride, you will find a 3.8 liter V6, makes 291 horsepower with 262 pound-foot of torque. You will get 18 in the city, 24 on the highway, and 21 combined. Vehicle weight is 4,500 pounds. It is connected to a 8-speed automatic to all four wheels. Let me show you guys the interior of the Telluride and see how different it is from the Palisade sister vehicle. Let's start out in the third row. Don't mind the stuff back there for the cargo space and stuff. But once you hop back here at 5'6", I have about an inch of legroom, with about 1.5 inches of headroom, which is actually not too bad, but it is definitely reserved for smaller kids. Definitely under 5 foot would have plenty of room. You do have a USB-C port, charging port right there. You can also adjust the second row seating right there with them buttons, as well as a 12-volt charger right there, a cup holder, as well as some storage for both sides, and some air vents up top. Let's go ahead and hop into the second row. This does have the captain's chairs for the second row with 2 armrests. You do have a 115 AC volt right there, household outlet, as well as a 12 volt. Some storage right there. You can hang your coat up right there. This does have 3-stage heated and cooled second row seating with manual sunshades. Yeah, There we go. And I do love the suede headliner right there. You can also see you do have your climate controls up top, so you can adjust. It is a 3-zone climate control, so you have 2 up front and a single zone right back here. LED illumination, change the zone as well as fan speed and so on. You also do have these air vents up top. 2 cup holders are right here. And I do love the USB-C ports integrated into the back of the seats. Here's a quick look at the Harman Kardon sound system. We'll try an audio test in a minute. But let's go ahead and hit the driver's seat and see how the Telluride does in the luxury department or amenity department. First impressions inside of the Telluride, I actually do like this kind of forward trim. That is pretty cool. I like that, nice touch. You do have power folding mirrors with 2-person memory. Other window functions right there. Another quick look at the Harman Kardon sound system. We'll try the audio test. Seat functions, you do have a forward power lumbar support, back support, bottom, as well as a waterfall cushion right there. Manual tilt telescoping steering wheel, traction control, as well as trunk release, hill descent, and cluster illumination right there on that side. Stepping height is pretty good. It does have 8 inches of ground clearance. But looking in front of you, you do have this 4-spoke steering wheel design with light controls on that side and wiper controls on this side. And looking at the steering wheel, you do have all your different driver assistance technology on this side with your telematic displays on this side for your phone, radio, and media functions. You can also preset a favorite button as well. Looking at the cluster, this is a dual 12.3-inch display setup. So 12.3, 12.3 right there, very clear and crisp. But let me show you guys the display right here in front of you. Use this button right here, the page button, and this down and up button to toggle through your various different menus. You put up your speed in the middle, as well as heading, all-wheel drive configuration, tire pressure, and lane departure warning assistance technology. Push button start right here on this side, and it will change once you hit the drive mode, which I'll show you guys in a minute. And up top, you do have a head-up display, so you have your lane keep assist information, as well as speed and speed limit in the area. Now, looking at the infotainment display, let me go ahead and start off with a Apple CarPlay test, as we already have it plugged up and ready to go. So let's try out. It does have a 10-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, so let's try it out.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time.
As you can see, the 10-speaker Harman Kardon sound system is very clear and crisp, and I do like the bass. Hey, wait, is that a Kona in over there? Yes, it is. All right, let me get back to the video so I can get distracted. But you do have your navigation, so let's go ahead and try a navigation test as well. Do love the feedback and response of the screen. You can see right there, navigation picks up no problem at all. It is very quick and responsive. You also do have maps right there, phone settings, and of course we just did a Apple CarPlay test, so you do have to plug it in through the USB-A port down below, which I'll show you guys in a second. Climate controls are also in the infotainment display. A valley mode. Passenger talk is basically if your kids are in the back and they have headphones on or whatever, you can basically talk to them and it'll amplify the sound in the back. A quiet mode, if your kids are sleeping, it'll basically quiet down the audio in the back seats and only play in the front. This is a very family-friendly vehicle right here. But you do also have rear climate controls. You can adjust that, and you can also lock out the rear as well. You do have your traffic as well as fuel pricing and weather functions. Vehicle setups. You have your driver assistance technology for your lane keep assist, blind spot assist, and so on. You can adjust all of that. It does have speed limit assist and warning methods, as well as attention warning. Head-up display controls right there. You can adjust the head-up display. Right now it is on maximum brightness. You have the full radio functions and everything once you do change it. But going back into the cluster, you can see you can change the illumination as well as the theme settings. So right now it's linked to drive modes. Let me turn it off and toggle through all the different displays. So right now it's on dynamic. So it has kind of this like earthy view, where it's like you can see the sky and then you have like the road right there. And then you have Classic C version right there. Classic B, which is kind of like more sporty. and then classic A, which is kind of like a comfort or snowish mode type thing. But you can of course link that right there in your display depending upon how you like it. Climate control settings right there. Seat adjustment settings right there, so it'll have the seat comfort access, so when you leave the vehicle it'll automatically move back. Lighting functions right there. This does have ambient lighting, so it's like right along the strips down below under the trim, as well as right here in front. So let me see if I can show you guys the ambient lighting. Of course I picked a great spot to record, but let's see if we can check it out. No, here, let's go on this side. So you can see the orange strip right there. You got blue, dreamy purple, orange delight, golden insight, refreshing sea. Definitely does look a little bit better at nighttime. Really spruces up the interior versus some other competitors. You can also set a custom color and toggle through all these different various colors to get your ideal ambient lighting color. Door controls right there. This does have the smart lift gate, so you stand behind it for 3 seconds and it'll open up automatically for you. Digital key, you can control that via your phone, and other different convenience functions right there. This does have rear occupant alert, wireless phone charging, and the automatic rear wiper when you're on reverse. Device connections right there, user profile settings, and a screen layout, and you can also control your display settings right there. This button right here is configurable, so you can basically customize the start button right here to be anything that you desire, and toggle through all these different displays of how you can have it set up. The steering wheel button is also configurable as well. This is right here is your various different general settings for your system information and so on for updates. Push button start, like I stated before, is down here. Your volume control, as well as some short preset buttons. So you have your map, as well as navigation, radio, media, and then track forward and back, and your preset favorite button with a setup function right there, and hazards in the middle. 2 knob on this side, and then your volume knob. This does have a single stage heated steering wheel with a dual zone climate control for the fronts, and 3-stage heated and cool front seats, which you can toggle right there. I do like how it's floating though, like right here in this kind of floating center console in the middle. We have like a little grab space right there, very off-road oriented. Now down below you do have a USB-A port with a USB-C port. The USB-C port is just for charging. This is for how you connect to the infotainment display, as well as a 12-volt charger right there. You do have a wireless charging pad right there as well. This is your gear shifter right here, how you control the vehicle. So basically, for reverse, you do have a 360 camera. You can adjust the angles and basically scroll all the way around the vehicle. Do love the graphics of this. And if you turn the steering wheel, it'll definitely turn up the steering wheel. Let's see, we roll it. Yep, the wheels roll just a little bit. Neutral drive. And then you have a manual mode on this side. And when you're in drive, you can of course activate the front camera as well. You can adjust various settings right there. So you can toggle through the various different views. Front side view off the mirrors, full front view, and so on. Down here is your drive mode functions. So you have a snow mode, eco mode for maximum fuel economy, a comfort mode, which is basically your default. It's kind of like a normal mode. Sport mode, as well as a smart adaptive mode, which is probably my favorite. A auto start stop defeat, we will try that out on the road. Auto hold function, as well as parking sensors, front and rear, and that's how you activate the 360 camera and a automatic parking brake. The cup holders are a pretty good size, definitely pretty good for to-go drinks, and you have a little storage compartment right there. Looking in the center console, you have a little spot right there for a wallet or coins, with another USB-C charging port right there. Up top, you do have LED illumination with telematics for the Kia Connect function and a SOS button. You can of course adjust the moonroof up top. Now it does have a dual zone moonroof, so you can control the front with this button right there. And you can adjust the rear with this button right there on that side. But it's just the shade function, so you can see. I definitely do like the amount of light that this vehicle does let in. And you do have a visor up top with LED illumination. I do also like this virtual kind of camera thing right here. That is pretty nice. You hit that, it'll go back to a normal mirror. And if you hit it again, you'll have the camera out back, which is pretty cool. Definitely is a lot of innovative features in this vehicle. But let's go and take the Telluride for a quick drive and see how she does. All right, we're behind the wheel of the 2023 Kia Telluride. We are starting out in eco mode for maximum fuel economy. You know, let's go smart. Smart mode is, of course, adaptive. So let's say someone gets you anywhere, you can just... And you see right there, it'll switch over into sport. And I really do enjoy the camera mirrors right there when you do put on your signal. That is just so cool. But let's go ahead and talk about visibility out the front, rear, and sides. It is phenomenal. I can see very clear out the front, as well as out the side mirrors and out the rear as well. You see right there, that's out the rear. And then you do have this camera mirror up top, but you can adjust the brightness using this button right here, as well as the angle and so on. Very nice feature right there. It definitely does show you all your different blind spots in the back, especially if you do have kids. You can also see right here in front of you, you do have a clear, crisp head-up display, very similar to what you do have in the Genesis models, where you have your lane keeping assist information, as well as steering assist, speed, and the speed limit in the area. You see right there, it does also have automatic emergency braking. This camera never gets old. I just wish more car companies would incorporate that. It's really sick. Between this right here, the camera mirrors, and the central display, the dual 12.3-inch displays, you got the camera right here on either side, as well as this one right here. Visibility is not a problem in this vehicle. Now, we're speaking of maneuverability. I just recently got out of the 2023 Honda Pilot, and this is about 4 inches shorter. And it's weird that you can actually feel like this feels a little bit like more smaller than that, and it's only 4 inches. It's crazy. But what I really noticed is the third row and the second row legroom versus the 23 Pilot that I just reviewed, where it definitely has a little bit more headroom in the third row, as well as about an inch or two more of legroom in the third row, and about 2 inches in the second row behind me. But this car is just so smooth. Right now we're cruising around. It's just smooth, not too much wind noise. It's such a quiet ride. You know, let's try acceleration real quick. All right, I'm throwing it in the sport mode. I'm not going to brake boost it right now. I'm just going to floor it when the light turns green. We'll do that a little bit later. You see right there, that was highway speeds, no problem at all. This thing really does just get out of its own way. Keep in mind, this vehicle is 4,500 pounds, has 291 horsepower from this 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6, and it's very smooth. Now, I don't know what that rattle was, but I definitely didn't hear it in another like Telluride, so it's probably just this model specifically that you hear like a little rattling something from the dashboard. But overall, the acceleration is smooth, quiet, and refined. Now, a lot of cars in this segment are leaving this naturally aspirated V6 for a turbo 4-cylinder, which in certain applications has pretty good refinement, but in typical cases it really doesn't for mainstream vehicles like this. That's where this 3.8 V6 really does shine. Just creamy smooth. But let's go ahead and throw it back in the smart for a minute. I do love the adaptive mode. In the smart mode, it's just very easy. If you need to get in front of somebody, it goes into sport automatically. And then there's comfort or eco depending upon throttle inputs. I'll show you guys the cluster setting right there. So we go in the cluster theme. Let me change it off there and I'll put dynamic. This thing looks so cool. Look at that. Wow. I like this. This is probably my favorite view right here. Now, granted, it does change with drive modes. You have to definitely turn it off so it's not linked to drive modes, but this mode is just so cool. And you see right now it's capturing the sunset. And if you guys saw the daytime version when I was doing the walk around, it had the sun out. So it really does change with the time and everything. It's so cool. But we'll go ahead and just link. You know what? Let's leave it like this. That camera mirror never gets old. Let's link it back for a minute. $262 pound-foot of torque. You definitely can't tell. You do have to rev it out being naturally aspirated, but that is one benefit. If you look like the turbocharged entries, it does have that low-end torque that you definitely are looking for. Now, this is rated to tow about 5,000 pounds, as this one is equipped. The Telluride does also offer a X-Line, so you do have two more trims above this. This is a X-Line XX Prestige, so basically you have like kind of the off-road-esque design on the outside, and then you do have a Pro version with the X-Line XX Prestige. A lot of words, but that one definitely has like a little bit slightly nicer interior. It does have Napa leather and so on. But so let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the cabin as we drive around. So you can see right here, I do have the ambient lighting on. It's set to this kind of golden design. You can see it right there. I will insert a clip right now to show you guys the various different colors. But it is interchangeable in the infotainment display. Under lights. And you can basically change all the various different colors. It's so cool. Really does add that little extra bit of class and just, I think, style. Oh, a lovely car, man. Yep, Chevy SS. 4,500 pounds definitely does get out of its own way. It's not bad at all. Now, what I really am impressed with the new Telluride is the ride quality is very smooth, refined, and it is quiet. But we do gotta try one more acceleration. I'm gonna go sport mode, traction off, and we'll brake boost it. $60 felt about a 7 seconds, 0 to 60. Definitely is more than enough power to get around town and haul 7 to 8 of your family or friends in total comfort. Back in the smart mode. And I just love the dual displays right here at 12 inches. And when you change drive modes, it just does everything. This is so cool. How's the lane keeping assist? Let's try it out. It does have steering assist, so it will put you back into your lane right there. Now let's talk a little bit more about some of the differences between this and the Hyundai Palisade, which is basically the same platform sharing mate as this vehicle. Now overall, this does definitely lean more towards off-road-esque, looking at the outside design as well as the interior design. You got the grab handles. I mean, I really do like the design of this. Now the Palisade is more focused on-road kind of comfort. It has a little bit more amenities. It has like the massage, whatever, the ergo motion massage seats for the driver only. But I do like the comfort of this. This does have the heated and cool front seats right here, and you do have a waterfall cushion, so seat comfort is phenomenal. And you do have two-person memory right there. Let's see if the auto start stop will work. So right there, auto start stop is defeatable right here in the central display. So you can turn it off right down there. Let me show you guys the 360 camera while we sit at the light. So much clarity. It's so clear and crisp. Got the color of the vehicle right there. Turn the steering wheel, it turns. And the turn signals as well, so cool. Navigation works very easy. You can also have passenger talk right there, so we'll talk to the occupants in the third row if you're talking to your kids. Like I said, in the walk around. So you'd be like, hey Timmy, sit down. So you can do that right there. You got quiet mode. It's definitely a very family focused vehicle and all of the features and menus that it does offer. You also have rear climate control right there. So there's a 3-zone setup. So you got 2 in the front with a single zone in the back, and it's mounted right there on the ceiling. You can also lock the all-wheel drive system right there. Comfort is basically its default mode, but you can of course go in the eco, snow, you got sport and a smart mode, and you can lock the all-wheel drive system. And the 8-speed automatic is so smooth. Pretty decent shifts for a torque converter automatic, especially in this segment. But yeah. Now, of course, I did recently review the 23 Pilot, so I really have plenty of seat time in that. It's probably one of the first competitors. Hold on, wait, is this? Okay, make sure quiet mode's off because I felt like I was echoing a little bit. But so yeah, the 23 Pilot, as far as ride quality, is definitely up there with that. Now, we really notice a couple differences with the new Pilot is that it does have more room for the second and third row occupants. But the thing is, this does have more features. I do like the features content of this better. You do have the camera mirror, the steering assist, as well as all of the heated and cool seats and so on. But speaking of all the features, let's go ahead and get into the conclusion of what I think about the 23 Telluride. Now, overall, I think it is a phenomenal vehicle. As I stated just a second ago, has plenty of features, creature comforts, and everything that what you expect in a vehicle in this segment. And MSRP is $52,000 as this one is equipped. And for what you get, this is a pretty well optioned vehicle. You got memory seats, heated and cool seats for both the first row as well as the second row. Buttery smooth 3.8 liter V6 with a 8-speed automatic. And you do have pretty good room. Seat comfort is phenomenal as well. You have head-up display, and the driver assistance technology works phenomenal. I'm going to show you guys the adaptive cruise control. You see right there, it's keeping you in a lane. Steering assist. And it's doing a very good job of keeping the lane. You can, of course, adjust the following distances from 4, 3, 2, as well as 1. And you can adjust the speed right there on that side. Typical Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis fashion where the driver assistance is very easy to use. That camera mirror will never get old. But back to the conclusion and what I think. Of course, the vehicle is phenomenal. It has a lot of the technology that you definitely want. And it's very family focused and very family friendly. Your sunglass holder up there. And I know you have like a mirror or something so you can look at your kids from back there. It's just so cool. You also love the camera mirror right there. Now, a couple of things I do wish they could add, and a couple more positive things, because when I do videos, I like to have like positive, a little bit of negative, or basically what I don't like about the vehicle, and then end on a positive note. So one thing that they could add is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, just like what the Honda has. Really add that extra level of technology that's honestly missing in this infotainment. But going back to positivity, the 10-speaker Harman Kardon sound system is very clear and crisp, has pretty good quality, and bass definitely is phenomenal. And this ambient lighting really does add an extra ambiance inside the cabin. So if you guys are looking through the video, take a look at that little golden strip right there. I'm gonna go ahead in the vehicle settings, under lights, ambient lighting. And you can of course adjust the following distances from 4, 3, 2, as well as 1. And you can adjust the speed right there on that side. Typical Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis fashion where the driver assistance is very easy to use. That camera mirror will never get old. go to color. So you can set a custom color. You got flight blue right there. Peaceful forest. Dreamy purple. You see right there the auto stop just kicked in. It was so smooth. See if we can replicate that again. Violet cloud. Orange light. And you got all these different various colors. You can also set the colors. It looks so cool at nighttime. It really does. So you get a little bit of accents right there in the front of the dash, as well as on the side doors right there. And in the back you can see as well right there. Speaking also of backseat features, you do have manual sunshades for the back seats. Very nice feature with captain's chairs. Got the climate controls like I mentioned before. And the glass roof up top really does add a whole bunch of light inside of the cabin, as well as in the back. It is adjustable up top, these buttons. But you see right there, the auto start stop is very smooth. No shakes, no rattles, no nothing, no vibrations. It's just smooth and does its job with no problem at all. Now, I don't know if it actually does save gas, but all I know is it's a pretty useful feature, especially in a lot of stop and go traffic. But I hope you guys like this POV drive, or basically almost nighttime POV drive. Hope you guys liked it. As always, please sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. This is Chris signing out. One thing I did also want to point out too is that you're probably wondering, why did I do a different vehicle? Now, one, the dealership that I originally didn't want me to test drive the vehicle. I asked them in advance. They said no once I got there. But I want to give a shout out to Kia of Waldorf. Information is in the description. For his helping out, coming in with the clutch. I literally came last minute. It was literally the day of. I decided to call them, talk to them, and they said, sure, no problem. So I just want to give a shout out to them and thank them for all of their help. This is Chris signing out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.